Hey, everybody. Not sure if I'm live on YouTube yet, so I'm going to give it a second to confirm. But I'm super excited about this, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. I think it's going to kick off at 7 sharp, so I'll wait till then. All right, looks like we're live. Thanks for everyone who's here right now. I'm going to give it a minute for people to start filing in. But I'm super excited about this. This is unlike any event I've ever done. Um, I don't know how to run an e-commerce business. I did work at Klaviyo, which if anyone knows e-commerce stuff, it's a email automation software. But that was generative AI. That was engineering. So it's going to be a completely different. And I think it's just going to be a really fun way to show how to build a business and how someone can feel empowered to build a business with AI tools and do it alone. So I've been kind of traveling around to events the past couple of weeks, repping Kilo. I always have my Kilo swag on, my hoodies and my T-shirts and everything. And everyone's always asking me where they can get one, and there was never a place for them to buy one. And again, this isn't like a business motion for Kilo. This is more for us to show like an inside look at how this sausage is made behind an e-commerce business and how you can use agentic tools to generate a real project and have fun doing it. So I was like, this is perfect. I can do a live stream series where every night I'll tinker around with the Kilo store. I'll show you all, um, how I think about building an e-commerce business with the tools that I have available, whether it's Kilo's VS Code extension, the CLI, or maybe even more fun, KiloClaw, which is our cloud-hosted, fully managed open claw. And we'll just do it together, and I'll be able to chat with you all through the YouTube chat, which I have up here on a monitor. You can give me input, you can give me feedback and direction, and we can put this up together so that people will have a place to buy some Kilo hoodies and T-shirts and whatnot. So feel free to throw any questions or comments in the chat. I'm also curious where everyone's calling in from. I just want to make sure the chat works. So drop in the chat where you're calling in from. I'm from New York. I'm based in New York, and I'm here right now. But I know our webinars get viewers from all over the world. So throw in the chat where you're calling in from, and we'll get started in just a minute. And maybe I'm just making sure that everyone can use the chat because I want to make sure that you'll have access. Okay, cool. Looks like you can. All right, cool. So I guess the first place to start would be we need some kind of business plan, right? We need a list of things that we're going to tackle one by one. Maybe like a quick to do list. Um, and I'm seeing the chats come in here: Arizona, Chattanooga, Czech Republic, Newark, and Serbia. That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, which I think is the beauty of this experiment. We're going to open source the whole process of ideation and all the way through execution. And I'm just going to start spitting out some ideas into a Google Doc right now, which I think um, that's maybe a good place to start is a simple to-do list. And I'm actually going to try this right here. All right, cool. So the first thing I think we're going to need, and this is our Kilo Shop business plan. And for background, I set up this new Google profile here just for this one project. So I have a brand new Kilo account in here. I have a brand new Shopify account, a new Google account, and GitHub account, and all the stuff we might need to get this business going. And again, these are all going to be recorded and posted on YouTube. So if anyone joins later or wants to watch later, you're welcome to do that. Let's get started here. So we're going to need obviously a Shopify account, which I have. We're going to need a Kilo account. We're gonna need a in the Kilo account, we're gonna need a KiloClaw VS Code extension, maybe code reviews, and what else? Maybe CLI we'll use too. Um, and then we'll need for the actual swag, we'll need some kind of or print on demand integration, which is like we're not going to actually be handling the inventory ourselves. We're going to have use an integration for Shopify. Hey Jason, how are you? Good to see you as always. Um, we're going to do basically a drop shipping thing where we have we have the designs, um, and the integration handles shipping, handles the orders and inventory, so that we don't actually have to touch the inventory or ship it to my tiny New York apartment here. And then we're gonna need, obviously, a beautifully designed storefront. I also just saw a comment saying it's 4 AM in India, which I apologize for, and this is we're gonna do this stream daily, and we'll do it at different times every day so that it's not always super late for or super early for you, which I apologize for, but I'm really glad you're here, and I appreciate you coming. Alright, so we're gonna need a storefront, which we're gonna design Kilo VS Code, and then, we'll view code reviews, and then we'll let's see, what else will we need? I think that's a pretty good place to start. So I created this, actually, we'll make a bullet for KiloClaw a little more. So we want this to be automated in the end. We want this to be an AI run shop essentially with me doing as little manual work as possible after we set this all up. Because I also think that's relatable to people that are trying to start businesses with AI right now. They don't want to be the reason why they're offloading everything to AI is because they want it to be passive. They want it to be automated as much. For anyone who doesn't know, KiloClaw is our cloud-hosted, fully managed OpenClaw, which I already mentioned, but it's a 24/7 proactive AI assistant that is always on. So I'm thinking down the line when the store is up, we might have customer service requests. We might have, I might want to check in on the store remotely by checking an agent, having it here with it or adjust things on the site. And then pretty much any other maintenance thing that things I'm probably not even thinking about yet. We're gonna use KiloClaw. We're gonna use it for our assistant during development. We'll use it for customer service eventually. Excuse me, getting over a cold. We'll use it for code maintenance and review, and maybe we'll even use it for like community moderation. I don't know if there's going to be an element of that in the store, but maybe for this stream as well. Um, Anything else I'm missing? Throw it in the chat if you think I'm missing anything. I think this is a good starting point here. Um, hold on one sec. Just getting up my VS Code here. Okay, so here's VS Code. So I think the first thing that we're going to tackle is getting like the Shopify store up. So I know that you can create like a development store, like a kind of a fake store, using like the headless Shopify integration. It's called Hydrogen, which basically allows us to like develop our own storefront in locally in VS Code, and that's what we're gonna want to do because we want to use Kilo for this, obviously. So we're actually going to create the dev store. Okay, here we go. Kilo swag store, and I guess we'll just stick with the basic plan. Looks like it's loading for us. Okay, cool. So we created the store, and I think that we have to just run a command here. So let's see. I'm gonna go to settings. And again, I'm figuring all of this out live. I don't know anything about running a Shopify store, and I think that's what's gonna make it fun, personally. Okay. So if we go back to VS Code, we're gonna open our empty project file here, and I'm just gonna ask Kilo for directions because I honestly don't know where to go from here. We're gonna go so I know that I'm gonna say I created a development Shopify store. Actually, I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see this better. Created a development Shopify store, and I want to develop the front end here. Here's a command to create the store. And I found this online. I actually asked KiloClaw. I said, like, how do I basically integrate Shopify with what I'm building here locally? And it gave me this command. So I'm just going to test this. We're on code mode. So for anyone who doesn't know, Kilo has like different agent modes natively. There's code, ask, review, debug, and plan. So code is obviously for coding, so we're gonna see what it does here. And I'm also on YOLO mode, which I wouldn't recommend if you're doing like really sensitive work. It's basically just allow everything mode. So it's gonna run git commands, it's gonna run terminal commands, it's gonna do everything. Oh, you still see Shopify. Sorry about that. I need to share my whole screen, I think. We'll go entire screen. We'll go. Okay, cool. Now you should see my VS Code. So basically, I asked it to create. I told it I created a development Shopify store, and I want to develop the front end here locally in VS Code. Here's a command to create the store: npm create Shopify Hydrogen, and it said this requires an interactive terminal. You'll need to run it yourself from the terminal. Okay, that's fine. We'll just open iTerm here. We'll make sure that we're in the right folder. Okay. So we're just feeding into our Kilo store folder and creating the Shopify store. Okay, link our Shopify account. That's exactly what we want. And it says run any command and use this code. So we're in our Shopify window here. So I just said I noticed that it's frozen on the screen, and you said what was the command? Kilo code mode. I'll go back and show you what that is. Okay, cool. So we need to log in here. Here's my little test account, Kilo Tester. Try to log in. Okay, sweet. So this is perfect. Log into the store. It says we're logged in, but there's an error. Okay, great. Let's copy this error and we'll just copy this whole terminal interaction and give it back to Kilo because now Kilo's guiding us. So basically, for anyone who was wondering what happened when I wasn't sharing the right screen here, I told it that I created a development store on Shopify, and again, I'm doing it for anyone who's joining right now, I'm doing this all live. I don't know anything about Shopify really, or developing on Shopify. So I said I created a development Shopify store, and I want to develop the front end here. Here's a command to create the store, which I found online or through KiloClaw. npm create Shopify Hydrogen at latest. I was using for the person who asked, I was using code mode in Kilo. So this is the Kilo VS Code extension. So it's like a agentic coding tool in your editor. And Kilo comes with these 5 native modes. There's code for coding, obviously, ask for answering questions in read-only mode, code reviewer for local code reviews, debug, and plan for developing architecture before you build. You can also use any AI model. I'm on Auto Frontier, which kind of just dynamically switches between Opus 4.7 and Sonnet 4.6. Excuse me. But you can also use any model you want. There's a bunch of free ones too. So I'll stick with Frontier right now so we can make sure we get the best of the best. I basically told it this command because it also can access my terminal, and it said I needed to do it in an interactive terminal. So I just jumped over to iTerm here, and then we kind of signed in, but I got this error. So I'm just gonna give put it in ask mode now, and I'm gonna give it this error message and see what it says. Okay, so it's giving us hydrogen sales channel isn't installed on your dev store. So we need to go here, go here, it says, and install. Okay, so we installed it. Looks like we need to upgrade our plan. That's okay. Try for free. All right, cool. Should be good now. Oh, I guess we need to change our plan. Okay, let's see what it says in the chat here. All right, so install the hydrogen channel, run that. Okay, so it says skip linking and develop locally. You don't actually need the hydrogen sales channel to build a front end against your dev store. You just need a storefront. Okay, that's what we want to do. We just need a storefront API access token. So you can scaffold hydrogen without the linking by running this command that it just gave us. And let me know if I'm going too fast, but big spend. Yeah, I think Kilo can afford that. That's like one if you think about it, that's like one T-shirt, right? What was it, 20 bucks? Maybe that's a little pricey for a T-shirt, but that's like a maybe like half of a hoodie in this day and age. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna give Kilo whatever I just got out of this here. So I ran that. So I'm basically just going back and forth with Kilo about this feedback I'm getting and trying to set up the store here. And someone said I'll be curious to see how this goes. I haven't found a good skill set or workflow for liquid templates. Yeah, me too. I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure we can figure it out. We have access to all the best. Looks like it's airing out here on the version lookup AI tools. So I think we can get to something. I mean, I'm pretty confident with my abilities with KiloClaw and with the VS Code extension. So we'll definitely vibe it out. And this is gonna be like a night. This is gonna be a daily series. So the idea is to get like more and more people involved and have this kind of be like a community thing. So feel free to give me your input or decisions if I'm deciding on something and you all have input. Like let me know in the chat or let me know where I'm going wrong because I think it's like a fun open source kind of project here. Okay. Also, so it's saying it's in ask mode, so it can't do it. Can't make these fixes that are causing this install error. So I'm going to say I switched you to code mode, do it yourself. So I actually gave up my ecom store and pivoted off Shopify. Hope you have better success. What'd you pivot to, if you don't mind me asking? Or like, are you still running the store, but on some other platform? Curious. All right, it's installing some things here. While that gets going, let's get agentic here. Let's do two things at once. I'm actually going to create my dedicated. I'm going to have this up here in this window so I can watch what's going on in the background of VS Code. But let's create our KiloClaw assistant. So this is going to be like our all-purpose store assistant for this project. I've already gone over what KiloClaw is, but if you missed, It's cloud hosted, fully managed OpenClaw. So basically a 24/7 AI assistant that can actually do things on your behalf. So it can do customer service, maintenance, etc. So I'm gonna name it Flagbot, and we'll give it, I don't know, this is pretty swaggy emoji. We'll keep it an operator. We'll use our location and almost there. Continue. Okay. Dependencies installed correctly. Now run the dev terminal. Okay, we're gonna jump over. We're gonna jump back over here and see what our initial store looks like by running this command to run our store here. Okay, cool. Not great, but it's something, right? We have some mock data. We have a hoodie and a terrible UI. We're gonna make this, like, so good. I hope you all are excited. We're gonna make this, like, the best swag store ever, and this is not what it's gonna look like, but I'm actually feeling confident that first 20 minutes we at least have a development center ready to start working on. Alright, let's give it a big old prompt while we start using our KiloClaw. I'm gonna try to get, like, more comfortable and show you all how I actually work in real life on stream right now, but we'll say, okay, this is going to that's a lot of tokens I don't need. I'm designing the Kilo swag store. I want a dark theme with actually the color, the brand colors here. So I'm gonna grab those with this black background. It's black gray background. This yellow accents and white text. And then I'll say use JetBrains Mono for the fonts, and we'll just leave it at that for now. We'll see what it does with that. And has anyone here been to one of our other any of our other webinars? I'm curious if you have, and if so, which ones are your favorite? We're also doing a Discord event tomorrow at which I guess for our friend who's in India later today, basically. Um, but okay, let's go over to our Kilo Claw. Someone asked, do you have any Kilo skills loaded, or is it completely vanilla Kilo config? I think it's pretty vanilla. I definitely have I may have some front end best practice skill, but nothing related to Shopify or e-commerce. Uh, so yeah. Okay. Um, so I'm setting up my Kilo Claw at the same time for anyone who just joined. We'll keep an eye on Scoot here. Um, we're not gonna do Telegram. We're gonna do native Kilo chat, which also exists. Um, so we'll say hi to our chat here. Say hi to our claw. See what it says. Oh, it's kind of dark in here. Sorry about that. I'm gonna turn the light on. Cool. So it's it's working on our front end here, and honestly, that's a good point. Is Graph your name? Because I feel like you're commenting a lot. I want to be able to say your name. Um, if it is, that's a good point about the skills. I should probably get some skills for Shopify. So this is Skills Marketplace. I don't know if anyone has seen this before, but it's where you can download any skills that also work with KiloClaw. Let's just see if there's anything with Shopify. Nothing. Looks like maybe this is broken, ironically. Yeah, interesting. Um, that's a bummer. Let's just Google search Shopify design, agent skills. Okay, this is for building Shopify apps. This looks like an open source repo. Oh, this is maybe what we're looking for. Um, liquid template language. That's something. This is yeah, live demos. This is a completely live. Everything is live and new to me. So I'm already having fun. All right, let's see what it's saying that it finished our okay, that's not great. But it's something. It's getting somewhere. Okay. Let's give it a taller task. You need to the front end of this store. I want a simple, elegant design with large titles. Um, what else? Animations, simple animations. I don't want to get carried away. Um, and what else is wrong with this site? There's so much. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't really like this like massive header image. So, and I want you to rearrange the homepage so that it's a feed of equal sized products. Get rid of the massive header. And this will probably be better once we get some skills in here. Okay, let's see what skills there are. This is something. Yeah, and this is all like mock data in here right now, so maybe we should actually generate better like images for the mock data. Wow, this is terrible. This is what we're for anyone who's gonna be here with me every day building this. This is remember where we started because it's gonna come a long way from here. Okay, so let's see if there's any agent skills we can download for Shopify. I think this is promising. So we'll just clone this repo. See what we can get at. We'll go back to downloads. Clone that. Okay, so it's doing the rewrite here. Oh, someone said I usually drop a screen capture of the style UI I want to the AI. That's a good point. Do you all have any like store AIs that you think are really good? Because that'd be a good place to start. If you do, throw it in the chat and I'll do that. I'll do just that. Okay. Here. Did I give it any instructions on how to? No, I didn't. I didn't yet. I because it probably knows the project. It already knows like it'll read the project files and it will know what framework it's using and all of that. So I don't need to like tell it Next.js or anything. I just basically I installed the starter Kilo or starter Shopify store essentially, and it'll read the project directory and figure out like the framework. I don't need to focus on that. Oh my god, that is bad. All right, well, it listened to us at least with the. All right, let's start to get rid of this. It listened to us with the title, gear for builders. That's true, right? We're builders here. Um, Also, no, Brad, you're not being spammy. I like when the chat's interactive, so keep going, honestly. I appreciate that. D brand. Let's look that up. Oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty much what we want. I'll take a screenshot of that real quick. I'm already getting some good prompts here. Thanks, Jorper98. I'm gonna present no large hero section. Copy that whole thing. Layout constraint. No large hero section. The top of the page should start immediately with a minimalist navigation bar followed by a little breadcrumb or a simple one-line category filter. Nice. Oh, you know what's a good point? Actually, we need to add the logo here. Let's see if there's like a public file. Maybe we'll add images. And I do have a Kilo logo handy, which is perfect. Let's grab that. Let me rename that Kilo logo PNG. You asked Kilo to provide you with a prompt. That's funny. Okay. Minimalist header. One way you could get some legs out of this is to have Kilo make a style guide based on your references and write it out to persistent files. That's a good point. I'll do that. I'll do that next. That's a good point. All right. So we have this suggestion from Jorper. Minimalist header, logo on the left, simple excuse me. Logo on the left, which you get from public images. Um, uh, public images, the logo, simple text in the center. All right, let's give it that. You know, I totally agree, and I should have planned. I should have done plan mode. That's a great point. Agentic engineering flows love waterfall. Planning up front saves a lot of thrashing later. All right, we're gonna do that next. See what it comes up. And also, I'm curious. Like, I'm super grateful that you all are here, but I want to make sure this is something that you're all interested in. So, let me know if this project is something you tune into. Some evenings during the week because I think it'll be fun, but I want to make sure it's valuable to you all. That's Yeah, it actually is a vanilla OpenClaw or vanilla Kilo configuration. I just checked. Okay. So I have my like Kilo skills folder here. We're gonna take this agent skill here. Let's take the ones we want. We want liquid templating, theme development, Shopify, functions, headless hydrogen. I don't think we need this stuff. Maybe CLI tools. Okay, cool. So for those who don't know, uh, you can use the same agent skills that you get from that you can use in Claude or wherever else in Kilo, and I just put the instructions in the docs. By just putting the skills files in the right directory, which are described in the docs. So that's what I did. I just downloaded those skills from that open source GitHub repo, and it should have the hydrogen skills. Yeah, the reason I didn't put all of the skills in is because I don't wanna give it, like, the checkout customization stuff because I'm gonna be using, like I want to make sure I have full visibility into the checkout stuff, even if it's, I don't know, I'm a little worried about prompt injection there, I guess, which I could review the skills myself, but, maybe I will after. But I just wanna be careful with the checkout stuff, and maybe I'm being over cautious, but alright, cool, let's see what it came up with now. Okay, that's not great. I think, something's wrong with the menu. This is all overlapped. The sorting, um, okay, the menu that contains the sorting functions is squished. That's the most vibey prompt ever. Is squished together, um, and overlapping with items overlapping, and we'll also say I also think that oh, so the logo's there, that's good. I think am I, like, zoomed out or something? No. I think the text all the text is too small. All the text names and titles are too small, and the product images are too big. Make them smaller and add padding. I don't like how they're, like there's no padding in between them. We're gonna have to populate this with real products eventually too. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Add price, implement a quick add button. That's nice. We're gonna add a and also add a quick add button that appears only on a hover. Alright, we're getting somewhere here. And also I'm gonna ask it after, "Do you have access" actually, you know what? This is a good chance to use, Agent Manager, which is one of my favorite features about the Kilo VS Code. So you can create new sessions. I repository yet, that's why. Um, let's do that. Oh, commit. Good call. There's not a CTA yet. Yeah, there's excuse me. There's a lot wrong, which is what honestly fun for me. I like when there's like a lot of stuff to address. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for that to finish before I do anything. Okay, sorry. Let's tell them what it's gonna be. You're going to be my 24/7 e-commerce store assistant. We're running the Kilo swag store where we'll sell hoodies, shirts, and hats branded with the Kilo logos. I work at Kilo AI, which is end-to-end platform for agentic engineering. Let's fill it all the way. Let's fill it in all the way. Um, I'm doing a live stream series where I'll talk about building this business from scratch. You're going to assist with development, customer service, and general maintenance. Also, I hate this is gonna sound like such a YouTuber thing to say, but if you all could subscribe, that'd be great because then you'll get notifications when I'm going live, and I really appreciate having you all here to co-pilot with me. I literally just created this channel for this project, so there's like 6 subscribers, which I'm very grateful for. Um, but yeah, if you guys wanna stay tuned, like future streams, definitely subscribe so I can let you know when okay, cool. Everything is added. We're gonna add it. Um, I should know these commands. I used to work at with Jason, who's in the chat. So I'm ashamed I don't know. I'm always fumbling my Git commands, but I think everyone does secretly. We're gonna say git commit initial site. That's all right. Cool. So we committed. Now we can create a Git work tree. So this is not a product pitch, but kind of the new Kilo VS Code extension, which we kind of did a total rehaul of. Um, have Kilo do your commits. That's a good point. Well, I usually do. I actually do that pretty much every time. But it was working on a task, and I you can't create a new work tree until you've had one commit. So I was kind of like in that one moment. Yeah, you can create like multiple branches here that don't conflict in the agent manager, so you can have like a bunch of Kilo agents working on the same thing in different work trees without conflict, which I think is pretty cool. Um, and then you can actually see like once if we were to run that, you can see the diff and inspect the diff like really closely. And you can create like new sessions, new work trees, configure new work tree from the main as well. Excuse me. Yeah. So I'm gonna just ask it now. Do you have access to any Shopify skills? I just want to make sure I put that in the right. 13 subscribers. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. Okay. Oh, looks like I didn't put it in the right space. Classic. Let's make sure we do that. Just checking the comments here. All right, we'll go to Kilo. So there's the. Oh, I need to. All right, that should do it. All right, let's jump over to our claw and see what it said. Love this idea. Let me get oriented and set up some context so that I'm useful from day one of this fresh start. Let me set up the workspace and capture all the key context. Um, I understand we're building the swag store. It's asking some questions. Platform. We'll just say Shopify. It's asking what the platform is. Yep, print on demand. YouTube. My name is Ryan. Um, Tech stack. We're developing with Kilo's agentic VS extension. That's all we have so far. Okay. Okay, it'll call that. That's the right spot. Okay, we'll say let's like look up best Shopify designs. Best Shopify store examples 2026. We want like a dark theme one. You know what I really like though is like the liquid glass design, the kind of framework, which is like Apple's thing. I actually built. If anyone saw my KiloClaw webinars, you might have seen that I built this like interactive dashboard for my work, KiloClaw. That's like liquid glass design. I think that could be. Maybe we'll do that. Make our own thing. Okay, I want you to add liquid glass design to this or the product. I guess panels should be liquid glass panels um, over the dark background. That's a lot to ask in one prompt, but we'll just say that. Sorry, but just wondering why you use Shopify. Well, there's a few reasons. One is that I think it's what most entrepreneurs are like the majority of e-commerce, online e-commerce entrepreneurs are using. Two, like we have some partners at Kilo that are related to Shopify or Shopify extensions, and they're gonna get involved with this at some point, so we might have some special guests. And I just think, like I said, it's like a framework that everyone knows. So I thought it'd be kind of it would benefit viewers more if I use something that they maybe were planning to use. Um, yeah, and I'm sure if ask mode can access skills, you're right. So I actually have a liquid glass design skill, which I used for the dashboard. I forgot I downloaded a while ago. Which I used for the uh, KiloClaw dashboard, and someone said, "Where is that project, the KiloClaw dashboard that you built?" Well, I'm actually about to publish a blog post on the Kilo blog after this call, which explains how I built the whole thing, but it's also open source. Uh, here, which I'll just share with you. I just open sourced it like an hour ago. The front end, anyway. It uses Supabase on the back end if you're wanting to build your own. So I just sent it in the chat. There's the open source front end for that dashboard. Okay, so it's chugging along on this liquid glass thing. Let's see. Let's see what the latest is with our claw. All right, so I want to do a few things for our claw. I want to integrate it with a bunch of stuff so it can actually be useful. Um, if anyone is anyone using KiloClaw or OpenClaw? Because if you are, Exa Search, who this is not a paid advertisement. We're a partner with them, but I actually think their product is so good. It basically lets you do like millisecond fast search. It's like a browser built for agents. Um, and you can like s- for business, especially, you can find people and find decision makers and do like people search and super fast, super accurately. So this might come into play later, and it comes pre-configured with a new Kilo call right now. We got to do two things. We got to give it GitHub access for one. So let's do that. I made a GitHub account for this bot or for this Google profile already with just some stupid test repos. So let's get the API and I'll make sure not to share it on screen. Go to developer settings. Want just a new classic token. Want to verify. I won't leak the PAT, I promise. I'll take it off screen before it generates that. KiloClaw swag will do 90 days for now. Later. We'll give it all permissions because this is just for itself to store code. It's not going to be connected to anything important. We're not. I don't even think we're going to put our store repo in this GitHub. This is just so that our KiloClaw agent has its own GitHub. So I'm just going to take that off screen while it gives me the token. Okay. Okay. So this is our username, and the email is, I think it's Kilo Tester 072 Gmail. Even if I did leak the PAT, though, what would happen? There's nothing in there, and I'm not going to use it for anything important. I guess I'd have to get a new one, but this is just an empty account essentially. And then we're going to give it, yeah, let's run through giving it Google access because this is going to be important. We want to be able to take notes and have a calendar and email and things. So this is a little bit more involved. It involves the terminal. Make sure I have Docker running. But Google setup for OpenClaw is like pretty involved and difficult, and I feel like we've made it as easy as possible through this Docker assisted workflow. My Docker is not open. It's being difficult. Oh, it is running. Okay, so you just paste this command that it gives you, and we're gonna run through that real quick. Okay, so it's asking us to follow this account. We'll sign in. We're gonna give it access to this Google account that I made for the business, and none of this needs to be. None of this is sensitive. So I'll take off that's sensitive. It's creating the project here. Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's definitely still not the easiest thing in the world, but I think it's the easiest when it comes to OpenClaw. Um, this method, like you can, I mean, I don't know if my completely non-technical friends would get through it, but I think if you can read directions, you could get through. Actually, maybe that's not true. I think you could, because we have all the directions here on the screen. I need to set up 2FA. That's okay. Okay, we'll turn on to, we'll add an authenticate app quick for my phone. And I know the stream wraps up in a few minutes, but we're gonna pick up right where we started tomorrow, and it's gonna be at. Let me check the time. It's gonna be at I think 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So a little earlier because it's a Friday. So if you want to tune back in and follow along where we left off, obviously these will all be posted on this channel, so you can follow along if you want to. But I'm gonna pick up where we left off tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Let's verify that. We'll turn it on. Okay, get started. KiloClaw. This is all in the docs, but this is I've just done this many times now, so I'm gonna rush through this so we can get connected to Google before. Yeah, the GCP dashboard is anxiety inducing. It's terrible. They make it so difficult. I think eventually there's gonna have to be a solution for agents because I can only imagine that Google will have to succumb to the fact that agents will need their own Google accounts, or maybe they'll make like a Google for agents. I don't know, but I think something's gonna have to happen. Maybe they're already doing it. I'd be curious to see what Kilo does if you ask it to post more of your session. You didn't compactly start this stream, right? No, I didn't. Yeah, we can ask it to do that. I'm curious too. I mean, I'm gonna resume. We're doing like, let's see. Oh, I just freaking clicked it by accident. Um, but I mean, we're at 148,000 tokens. That's not like a ton. We still have a while to go. Desktop app, create that. I mean, I make a new one because I just showed that on screen, but it's okay. I don't even think it matters because I'm gonna close this after. All right. Continue. Copy that into the terminal. All right, it's working on. Yeah, I agree. You got tons of context window overhead, but you still want each session to stay on roughly the same theme. Rot sets in way faster if you do multiple tasks in a session. That's why orchestrator and sub-agent patterns are so good. Yeah, I agree. It's a good point. Um, all right, so we're connected now. Our bot is connected to Google and GitHub, and we're gonna play so that changes. Check the get back in on VS Code. All right, so it's done with the liquid glass overhaul. Let's see what it came up with here. Honestly, that's not bad. I mean, it's not really that glassy, but it kind of is at the bottom there, right? This is like not bad. What I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it's still not good, but it's closer to what I originally envisioned. So there's a search by. Let's get rid of this news. Let's get rid of this news thing. Get rid of the news page entirely and remove it from the menu. Many. It'll know what I mean. Yeah, I don't. Thank you. I appreciate that. Someone said it's great for an hour of work while streaming. Let's see it on a cell. Oh, come on. No, you're right. Um, that's a good point. Have it like jankily overlay the Kilo logo on every item. That's good too. Also, so what we're gonna do though is, yeah, nothing is branded yet because this is all fake data. In the next session, because we're over time here, I'm gonna stay on for another minute, but in the next session, we're going to actually create products. We're gonna set up, I think, Printify or one of those something on demand extensions. We're gonna create the actual products, and then we're gonna put the actual product data in, and we're gonna have black background, like dark backgrounds for the products. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys do. Should I leave the white backgrounds for the products? I think it'd look better if it was black. I know. I'm just I'm scared to see it on a phone because I know it's gonna look bad. Let's see the response. Yeah, it's probably gonna be so terrible. Um, okay, we're gonna add some tests. We'll make sure it's all bulletproof, but this is just the initial site, right? We got from nothing to a business plan to a working KiloClaw assistant for the shop to like a viable starting point for the store, which I think is good. Um, 1 sec. Do a lighthouse for the vibes. All right, let's test it out in mobile. Why not? Is it Command Option I, right? Yeah, I mean that's not very good, is it? There, it's cut off. That menu is bad. I don't know. I mean, how do I exit out of that menu? Yeah, I mean, you guys are welcome to follow. I mean, to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll share it in the channel, or just email me at it's just Brian@kilo.ai. Always down to chat with anyone. But my LinkedIn profile is this, um, and I appreciate everyone who subscribed. Maybe we can crack 100 by the end of this project. I also just created a brand new X account for my Kilo stuff, which is there and also has very few followers, so feel free to follow me there. Alright, cool. I think that's a good place to leave off. I won't touch it at all, I promise, and tomorrow we'll take it from here, and I think tomorrow we're gonna actually create some products. We're gonna develop the site a little bit better. Maybe real quick before we get off, we'll say, like, optimize this for mobile, um, simple prompt. But yeah, tomorrow we'll take it from here. We'll add some products. We'll continue developing the site. We'll get our OpenClaw set up a little better. And thanks everyone so much for joining. I hope to see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll make sure to send a blast reminder for anyone that's interested. And this recording will be published on this channel for anyone who joined late.